Hello, hello. Welcome to Travel Marketeering Live. I am Joshua Harrell, Chief Revenue Officer at WorldVia Travel Network. If we are meeting for the first time, here's a quick version. I am an author of several books on marketing and business. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I cannot help myself. And through my work with WorldVia Travel Network and CLIA, Cruise Lines International Association, as co-chair of the Trade Relations Committee, I get to serve thousands of travel advisors and agency owners worldwide. So big welcome to everyone joining us live. Big welcome to those of you catching this on the replay, and a special hello to our podcast listeners. Travel Marketeering Live is also available as an audio-only podcast on every major platform. Just search Travel Marketeering. It's not Travel Marketeering Live because it isn't live when it's on the podcast. So Travel Marketeering with Joshua Harrell, wherever you listen. Last episode, we zoomed all the way. Oops, I was zooming in. We zoomed all the way out and built the 12-month roadmap, the long arc version of step 2 in the Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint. We broke the year into 4 quarters with 4 jobs, right? That doesn't seem too hard. First one, learn. Second, launch. Third, showcase. And the most important one that speaks volumes to what travel marketeering is all about, number 4, quarter 4, is about scale. We laid down the one niche rule. I know some of you that was a little hard, but we laid down the rule. All right, now it's up to you to follow it. And we walked through the teach, show, invite ratio that shifts quarter by quarter. That episode answered the question, how do I get known? Today, we're answering the next question, what happens once they know me? And what do I do to get them to actually raise their hand and say, I want to work with you? Today is a full deep dive on step 3 of the blueprint, trip ready signals, how clients raise their hand to work with you. By the end of this hour, you will have a clear definition of what a trip ready signal actually is, a working list of 5 trip ready signals every advisor needs in place, and a prioritized plan to implement the first one in the next 30 days. Sound good? So 3 quick asks if you are new, or reminders if you have joined us before. First, join the Travel Marketeers private Facebook group. Just search Travel Marketeers on Facebook and request to join. The direct link is down below. Second, I want you to subscribe to the WorldVia Travel Network YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode of the 2026 series of Travel Marketeering Live. And there's loads of other fantastic content. My teammate Laura DeVega does a brilliant show called Elevate Your Travel Agency. And if you want to know the ins and outs of running a travel agency, you need to tune in most Thursdays to my friend Laura. The third ask is connect with at Travel Marketeering on Instagram and TikTok. And while you're there, join me at Joshua Harrell. I'd love to see you there. So for new travel marketeers in the house, you'll see TM dropped in the chat, okay? TM is our greeting. TM is our sign of agreement. TM is just a joyful noise like an amen, okay? So if you can hear me right now, go ahead and drop a TM in the chat to say hello. Live, replay, podcast listeners, write it in later. I want to see who's in the house and also where you are in the house, because let's face it, I am so surprised at how many people around the globe are watching us right now and watch and listen to us on the replays. Love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to give you kisses while I'm talking, right? Kisses while I'm talking. Okay. So now while you're dropping that TM, I want you to drop this chat in the chat for me too, okay? So when was the last time someone reached out to you and said, I'm ready. I want to book a trip with you? Was it this week? This month? 3 months ago? Honestly, never. Just type it. So just type in this week, this month, 3 months, never. While you are typing, let me set this up for you. Here is the trap. Most advisors think the problem is leads. So they chase more posts, more reels, more ads, more cold outreach, more. Wasn't that what the seagulls in Little Mermaid, did they do more? I'm completely missing that, but they're going for more. But the actual problem is not leads. The actual problem is that nothing in their business gives a potential client a small, low risk way to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested. If there's no hand raise mechanism, you can post for 10 years and still be waiting by the phone, hoping that inquiry shows up. A trip ready signal is the hand raise mechanism. It is anything in your business that lets a potential client say, I'm warming up to working with you, without having to commit to a sales call. No signals, no pipeline. Today, we fix that. So let me see those answers. I'm popping over to the chat right now. Please mind the gap while I bounce back here. Christine, good morning, Joshua. And I'm going to say a good morning back to you, TM. Cody, let's see. Morning from sunny North Dakota, TM. Jenny is giving a TM to everyone. EP says, aloha, aloha back to you, and a TM for you. A- Aora or Aura Travel, hey from Virginia. Guys, little tip, if you are on your company social handle, if you will just put your first name in, I like to address you by your first name there. Tammy, check, check, and check. I love it. TM live from North Dakota. What is going on in North Dakota today? And guys, if you hear my dog in the background yapping, I have four. And Tika is a little vocal these days. If you watched the show back maybe about a year and a half ago, she was a puppy, and she's the reason why I now have to do my show in a studio because she kept biting my hand the entire time I was talking. I think there's actual recordings of me like wanting to cock my hand back and set her straight. Sorry, I derail. All right, Scott TM back at you. Joshua, there can't be two Joshuas in the house. No, there can be plenty of Joshuas in the house. TM to you in Nashville. Good to see you. Um, so Christine, I think so when I do this, when I do the big intro, then I miss out what you might be responding to. So I'm thinking you're saying last November was the last time somebody reached out to you and said, "Hey, I'm ready." If that is the case, we are definitely gonna fix that. Okay. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Oh, Carrie Ann, good morning from Seattle en route to Vancouver, Canada. Carrie Ann, one of our WorldVia Travel Network's brand ambassadors. And, can I just brag a little bit on you, Carrie Ann, especially when I see you? There's a warm joy that comes over me because I remember you in the very beginning of getting started thinking, "Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen?" And the last time I saw you, the radiance on your face, because you have stepped into your power, and I love that for you. And the other thing I love is that you're also helping others, other advisors on their journey. So just, oh, you bring me so much joy, Carrie Ann. Let's see. Joshua said 8 months ago was the last time someone raised their hand and said, "Hey, I'm ready." Oh, Joshua, we're going to fix that, buddy. And Joshua, I just have to say, I don't know if I said this to you before, but I see your profile photo and I see you wearing the like driver cap. And I have to say, it looks good on you, bro. It looks good on you. And I think I need to wear mine. I think I need to wear mine. All right. Serena, TM from Arizona. Vicky, TM from Northern California. Scott is coming to us from Charlotte. Um, let's see here. Oh, thank you, EP and Carrie Ann for saying it wasn't Little Mermaid. It was from Finding Nemo, and it wasn't more. It was mine. So thank you so much. Christine said TM from Indianapolis. Katie said, hey from Las Vegas. Good to see you, Katie. EP's coming to us from Oklahoma City. Christine said, "We love dogs, no fear here." Yeah, we love dogs here. Clearly, they have the run of the house. It's wonderful. Um, let's see. So Joshua said, "Now that you mentioned you have a pet, dog or cat, it's an unwritten rule that you need to bring them on screen." Joshua, don't challenge me, because my 100-pound pit bull is somebody I cannot lift up into the camera. And you know what? Just follow me on Instagram. You will see plenty of photos from my dogs. Let's see. Traveling Jet Setter, love your handle. Good morning from Missouri. Donna said, never has anyone raised their hand. Donna is brand new from Nashville. We got Tennessee in the house. It's Sarah, also known as Carolina Blogging. TM from North Carolina. Good to see you, Sarah. And Traveling Jet Setter is Catherine. Good to see you. And Katie, thank you. Good to see you. All right, guys. Uh, if let's come back to the question at hand. So, I love seeing the answers. If you're saying to yourself, honestly, never, I love your honesty, and I promise you are not broken. You just do not have signals built into your business yet. That is what we fix in the next 45 minutes, okay? Now, this is not a I'm not you, there's not a switch in your hand that you're going to flip and it's done, right? But if you listen to me, I promise you will be able to install these trip ready signal mechanisms into your business so fast. So fast. So and if this and I think this topic is going to be a strong topic for everybody today. But if you need help, I'm going to talk about what those mechanisms are. But if you need help making those or tools to use, that's what I'd love for us to talk about in the Facebook group, right? Because everybody's got different needs, different knowledge, different knowledge base, but these things are things that you can quickly install into your business. I promise. Okay. So let me make this crisp. A trip ready signal is anything you build into your business that lets a potential client raise their hand quietly before they ever talk to you. Okay. Small ask, low risk, high intent. Okay. Think about your own behavior as a consumer. And so often we don't do this. You do not call a financial advisor cold. You download their retirement readiness checklist first, right? Let's be honest. You do not book a fitness coach cold. You take their 30-second quiz first. You do not buy from a luxury brand cold. You sign up for the early access list first. Now, that might be a stretch there. That might be a stretch. If the reputation is there, then Louis Vuitton is, you're always gonna, if you equate that with luxury, I mean that's a pretty known thing. But let's talk about a new brand that's luxury, right? You need to warm up to them, and you don't warm up to somebody by buying from them. Every business that converts well has built a series of small hand raises along the path from stranger to client. And I really like that I just said that because I feel like that is a book that needs to be written. Stranger to client. I don't know if you feel me. Let me know in the comments there. But with these small hand raises along the path, most travel advisors have not built a single one. The lead form on their website, if they even have one, is not a trip ready signal. It is a "Are you ready to spend $10,000 form?" That is too big of an ask for someone who just discovered you. What you need is a ladder of small signals that let warmer and warmer clients raise their hand at each rung. Okay. And I know you've done this. I know you've done this as a consumer. So I know you've been on those ladders. I know you have. So let's put them into your business. So here are the 5 trip ready signals every advisor should have in place. Okay. This is, if I go back and look at the analytics, this should be the moment everyone tunes in, stays tuned in, you get locked and loaded on here. We are going to walk through all 5, and on the worksheet, if you haven't downloaded it already, the link is in the description on YouTube. It's also in the private Facebook group. I try to pin those before the show so you can get it. You don't need it right now, especially if you're listening while you're driving or doing something else, right? You can come back to the worksheet, but the worksheet, you know, there. This is all on the worksheet. You don't have to take feverish notes. You could just join me as I go through this journey here. So on the worksheet, you'll see space to rate where you are on each one and pick which one to implement first. Okay. So number 1, the niche lead magnet. Okay. We talk a lot about niches, don't we? We do. This is a downloadable resource, a checklist, a guide, a short ebook specific to your niche. For an Italy specialist, it might be 5 questions to ask before booking your first Italy trip. Doesn't that sound like really good advice? I I think so. For a Disney advisor, it might be the multi-generational Disney day-by-day planning template, right? Love that. For a luxury safari advisor, it might be how to choose your first safari without overpaying. The hand raise is downloading it, right? Those are all things that show your value, show your knowledge. And if I download those things, then what you're saying to me, you're speaking my language, right? You're solving something that deep down in me, I maybe I didn't know I needed to know this, but now you've got me. Now you got me. I'm not ready to buy, but you know that this is the thing that I'm interested in. I'm downloading the thing about Italy. I probably want to go to Italy. I am downloading the thing about safari. I probably want to do a safari. How many people on your mailing list right now do you not even know, how they found you, what they might be into? Probably a lot. My guess is probably a lot. Probably a lot. So that's number 1. Number 2, the trip discovery quiz. You can name these things whatever you want, right? But this is the at the macro level, that this is what I'm calling these things. So the trip discovery quiz, it's a short 5 to 7 question quiz that helps a potential client clarify their own trip preferences. I don't know about you, but until I started traveling for work, I didn't know what my trip preferences were. So think about the client that you're getting that has never booked with a travel advisor, never really traveled. Maybe they've only gone to Aunt Nancy's up in Boone, North Carolina. That's all the travel they've ever done, right? Help them discover their trip preferences by you asking these questions. You're putting yourself in the trusted advisor camp. You're saying, well, you're signaling, well, if they're asking this question, there must be a reason, and it must help them craft the experience that I'm looking for, right? So some questions that you could ask. What is your ideal Italy travel style? I think we could workshop that one a little bit. Um, which Disney park is right for your family this year? Now, those of you who sell Disney destinations, I think you probably already have in your mind, which family, the shape, the size, the ages of the group, which one of them fit a park or will enjoy a park even more, right? Which African country fits your first safari? You just asking that question is already making them think, I thought a safari was a safari. I'm not trying to be ignorant here, but let's be honest. Most Americans are not really good with the geography. So we just think safari is Africa, right? We're not thinking about which country, right? So the hand raise is taking the quiz and getting a result emailed to them. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second and share something. There are some quiz apps where you can preload answers, so they can take the quiz and they can get the answer. Um, and and I think if you have, and this is, I'm truly riffing here, but if you have um, a very narrow options in terms, if you have very narrow options in terms of your niche, I think you could probably make that work. Although I don't want to take the human out of working with a travel advisor, because that's, you find your tribe through being human with them, right? So my suggestion is, use a form. There's so many different free form tools, or there's forms within your CRM that you can build. Have those questions, have them fill out the form. They're answering questions, right? And it's not about buying, it's about finding out more about them. When they complete it, give them an estimation of time. If it takes, I'll be back to you within 24 hours, or within one business day, right? Give them an expectation of time when they're going to hear from you. But you can also let them know that that's going to be a personal response that they're going to get. They're not getting that from 99.9% of the travel agencies out there in the world. So where do I want to be? I want to be the only one of me in the galaxy, right? And I think you do too. All right, so number 3 in my list is the signature trip interest list. All right, I need to work on some of these names because they're a little bit long, but it's not, are you ready to book? Just, are you curious about this trip when I run it next? So this is great for those travel with me groups that you put together, right? They are. This is your way to start to find your tribe around these groups. You don't have to have a specific trip ready to go. You name it. Okay, you name the signature trip. You theme it. You give it a vibe. Oh, gotta love a vibe. You collect names, and the hand raise is joining the interest list. So that's a way that you could create a segment into your CRM, right? Is by having people raise their hands. Are you interested in, or curious about this type of trip, right? Beautiful things. This is where it really, your marketing starts to be really precise. Um, I One advisor that I adore. His name is Michael, and he is. I've talked about him before. So he is he married into a family of travel, and and their business is built around, I want to say it's 6 trips a year that they do. They go to Africa, they go to Ireland, they go all over the place, right? It's a travel with me situation. And he's got trips planned or in the planning stage over the next 2 years. He goes around, he travels with these groups around the same time each year, and they're so sought after. He's been in business for a while. They're so sought after. The value that they deliver is so good, right? That even before he has a trip planned all the way out, for next year, the details of it. It might be that he is going to Africa, but you don't know where he's going in Africa, what they're going to do in Africa. He has people today saying, I'm already in. I know it's gonna be good. I'm already in. So put my name down on that list. I don't wanna be scared that I'm gonna miss out. I wanna be in that. I wanna be in that trip. That's where you want to be, especially with those travel with me groups. And with those, start out with one a year. It makes it very easy for you to point your marketing in that direction. But finding out who's interested in these signature trips, that just getting someone to raise their hand and say, "Hey, I'm interested in that." Just think about what that information would do for you. All right, so number 4 is the travel wish list consultation, okay? This is not, "Let's plan your next trip." Instead, it's, "Let's spend 15 minutes talking about the trips on your bucket list and which ones make sense to plan next." The reframe is everything here. It's absolutely everything. All right. The hand raise is booking the wish list call. Think about that. You're saying, hey, I'm going to give you my time. I'm going to give you my expertise. We're going to talk, right? And I'm going to help guide you. What do you have to think about? Or what should you be thinking about? Something I didn't realize until I was in the travel industry is, if I want to go somewhere, I just feel like I can go somewhere. I didn't know that Alaska fills up. I didn't know, and I also didn't know that there was a specific season for Alaska, right, to do certain things in Alaska. Christmas markets with river cruises, don't they sound grand, right? I didn't know that, when the season was, and I also didn't know that you had to book those so far in advance to get the trip that you want. So if that is on my wish list, then I need you to help me plan that out. Maybe I need to talk to my magnificent other and we need to either budget for it. We need to talk about PTO and how we schedule that. Maybe if I'm going, then maybe I want my mama to go and my cousins to go. Let's get the whole hee haw gang together on this one, right? So that wish list call or consultation is a great way for you to learn, demonstrate your expertise, but then also get the person thinking, right? You're going to start to get some real good intel on them. All right. Number 5 in these trip ready signals is the behind the scenes subscription. All right. This one is underrated. It is a private email list or content channel where people get the inside track, where you are going, what you are seeing, supplier news that they care about, deals they would not otherwise hear about. This is also a way you can promote special pricing that you can't push out to the public. Like, like this is something that you do in private groups or email lists. This is the group space discounts or covert rates that a lot of cruise lines have when they're trying to push inventory out, right? Or they've got excess inventory. You can't put that on your website. You can't just have random people find this pricing. You have to do that in a closed circuit, right? So this is creating, like I said, it could be a private Facebook group, it could be an email list, but these are things. This is the behind the scenes that so many people crave. And think about the people that you might be following on maybe TikTok or Instagram that show you um, getting ready with me is like, or makeup tricks, things like that. People love behind the scenes content, and you can deliver that, right? Now, the hand raise in this situation is the subscribing, okay? So that's the hand raise that we're looking for. So that is 5. That is the 5, I guess. It's the niche lead magnet, the trip discovery quiz, the signature trip interest list. It's the travel wish list consultation. It's the behind the scenes subscription, sorry. But most advisors have 0 of these in place. The thriving advisors, they may not be labeled this way, but the thriving advisors have at least 3. I would say at least 3 in some shape or form. So, um, let's pop into the chat for me. Out of those 5 trip ready signals, how many do you currently have actually live and working in your business? Be honest. Working means a real person can find it and use it today. So type the number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I want to know. I want to know. So while you type, let me tell you what is going to happen with those numbers. The bell curve is pretty consistent. About 70% of advisors say 0 to 1. All right, and don't try to fact check me on this. I get the information from where I get the information. Not everybody is 100%, telling me the truth on everything, and some people don't answer the question. But I'm going to tell you, the bell curve is pretty consistent. About 70% of advisors say 0 to 1. About 20% say 2. 10% say 3 or more. And the 3 or more group, those are the advisors whose pipelines do not feel like feast or famine. They have signals running in the background all the time, quietly converting strangers into hand raisers while they are doing other things. Here is the the mindset shift. You do not need to build all 5 at once. You need to build 1 and run it for 90 days before you build the next. Most advisors fail at step 3 because they try to launch a quiz, a lead magnet, an interest list, and a consultation booking link all in the same month. They get overwhelmed and ship or complete none of them. Okay? Pick one, build it well, run it for 90 days, then add the next. By the end of year 1, you should have 3 of the 5 live and working. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have the team to support you and you're working on one and somebody else can work on the other, knock yourself out. But I said at the top of the show, I have been a serial entrepreneur pretty much my entire life. And where I have failed, it is really, I would say, on a mindset level, is I bit off more than I could chew. I did all the things and I did none of them well. So my ask of you is don't follow that pattern. My ask of you is to really hear me here. If you can put together one of these 5 signals and you can run it for 90 days, you can have the bandwidth, the mental bandwidth to tweak it, to make it better. All right. And that's really important. Okay. Constantly improving based on what you're seeing, that is where people start thriving, not just surviving, but thriving. So let me pop over the chat. Let me read what's going on here. All right, here. Oops. Where did my mouse go? It disappeared on me. Let's see here. Christine said one, maybe, like the honesty. Ed, good to see you, Ed. One, Joshua, buddy, my friend, my companion in the name Joshua. 0. It's okay. You can get your first one up. You can get it up. You can get it up this weekend. Okay. Sarah said 2. Um, oh, traveling jet setter. I've already forgotten your first name. Now I feel terrible. 1. That is fantastic. All of your numbers, all of your answers are good. Katie, 1. Tammy said 1 as well. We'll be working on this. Let's see. Ugh, maybe 1. I am redoing my Facebook page. Okay. Good. Redo your Facebook page. And make sure that your website has these signals as well. Okay. Christine said, I have so many ideas already, especially since I just opened up a travel with me group in the last couple of weeks. That's perfect. This is the information that if you hadn't thought about it, I hope it's creating some ideas for you. That is wonderful, wonderful. Donna, currently working on my private Facebook group. That's fantastic. That is, the one thing I'll say about a private Facebook group, and I'm glad you brought it up, Donna, is it's a part of your social media, but it's not. It is your community, and it's closed, and I mean, obviously, that's the private Facebook group. Sorry, that was a really dumb thing to say there. I apologize. So I want you to always think about your social media, your main channels, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, your main channels as one thread, but your Facebook group is your community center. It is a place where, within the Travel Marketeers Facebook group, I post challenges each week because I want to be that person in the background who's saying, "Hey, did you think about this? Hey, are you thinking about your travel marketeering today?" Right? And I love when you guys respond. I love when you guys help each other out. I love that because in that Facebook community, it's not just about me talking to you, it's about you guys talking to each other and creating this space for travel marketeers. So it's a different approach than how I would approach social media on my different channels. But it is so many people have built their core business off of a Facebook group around that community. All right. Um, I love this. So uh, so uh, traveling jet setter again, sorry, said, "What do you mean by run it for 90 days? How many times are we posting it?" So it isn't really about you posting it as much as it is live on your website. It is something that you talk about. Maybe you do a Facebook Live and you mention, hey, take the quiz, join the community. You're referencing it. It is there. It's discoverable on your website. So it's not really about how many times you're posting it. It's just give yourself the 90 days to let that to let that take hold, right? So that's why I'm just saying give yourself 90 days so you're not trying to like quickly turn around the first one, then the second, right? Um, so so thank you guys, for there were zeros, there were ones today, which means today is the day the pipeline changes. And this is good news. It means there is a lot of upside right in front of you, right? I want you to understand something important. These 5 signals are not random. They sit in an order based on how warm the client has to be to take the action. So cold to warm. Number 1, the niche lead magnet. Lowest commitment, just an email for a download. Okay. So they're coldish, right? Number 2, the behind the scenes subscription. Slightly warmer. They want ongoing content from you, right? That's a hey, I'm keeping my eye on you kind of thing, right? Number 3, the trip discovery quiz. It's warmer still. They are putting in 2 minutes of effort because they are actually curious about a trip. Number 4, the signature trip interest list. Now they are raising their hand for a specific future trip. And number 5, the travel wish list consultation. They are putting a meeting on their calendar with you. That is hot. Let's see, do I have my so if you're listening, you don't get to see that I have fireworks going off right now. Uh so that is hot. So when you think about which one to build first, do not start with the consultation booking link. Start with the lead magnet. Fill the top of the pipeline with cold signals first. Then layer in warmer ones over time. Most advisors do this backwards. They try to convert cold strangers directly into a sales call, and then they wonder why nobody books. You would not propose marriage on the first date. And I say that knowing that some people do, but I'm just saying, probably not. You wouldn't do that. So don't ask for a wish list consultation as someone's first hand raise. Okay. And here is where this gets exciting. And it gets exciting to me. I hope it gets exciting to you. Trip ready signals do not live in isolation. Every signal you build connects directly to, well, I'll pull up the blueprint here. Your niche from step 1 of the Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint. Your visibility from step 2, and your booking pathway in step 4. Your marquee win tells you what the signals should be about. Your step 2 content drives traffic to those signals. And guys, if you have not downloaded that Travel Advisor Blueprint, it's in the private Facebook group pinned right at the top. I'm going to keep on referencing it, but I'm just saying all of this works in together. Your signals feed your booking pathway. The conversations, proposals, and bookings will cover in an upcoming episode. This is all, it all sings together. So in other words, I'd say step 3 is the bridge. Without it, your content does not produce conversations. Without it, your niche stays theoretical. Without it, the booking pathway has nothing to convert. Signals are how everything you have built so far starts producing real business outcomes. Okay? So, let me take a sip here, guys. You get me preaching on travel marketeering, and I need a sip. All right, and nobody see that I was just drinking a soda. I have been off soda for about a year recently. Anyway, that's an after hours. We should do a travel marketeering after hours. I can tell you all about that. So let me paint the picture of what good looks like 90 days from now if you actually do this. Okay. 90 days from today, so that's mid September, you pick one signal. Let's say it's the niche lead magnet. You build a simple 10-question worksheet or a 5-page guide branded to your niche. All right. And when I say branded, we normally are talking about logos, but I'm saying it's got to signal your niche. This isn't just how do you like to travel? It's how do you want to travel through Italy, right? So you put a form on your website and an opt-in form in your email tool, okay? You make a reel about it once a week. So this is getting back to, how often do you post about it? You make a reel about it, and it, you make a carousel about it once a week. You mention it in your newsletter, but you do it in ways where it's not, just download this thing, right? You weave it into the stories that you tell. You let people get to know you, and then they can take the next step to get to know you a little bit better and raise their hand. So it's not just blasting them, "Hey, download this thing now. Do it now." I mean, maybe do that one time, but be more be more savvy with it, right? But 90 days later, you have between, let's say, 25 and 100 warm email subscribers who all raise their hand for the same niche specific trip. The email list converts at 4 to 10 times the rate of cold inquiries. That is a real stat. And not just in our industry, that's a real stat. That is what one signal does in 90 days. So now imagine 2 signals. Now imagine 3. That's a thriving travel advisor. That's the thriving travel advisor's pipeline right there. Okay. So I have one last question for you. In the chat, type this for me. Which one of the 5 trip ready signals are you committing to build in the next 30 days? And Joshua, and I'm not talking to myself, guys. Joshua's watching live. What are you said you had 0. What are you committing to build in the next 30 days? Is that a niche lead magnet? Is that a trip discovery quiz? A signature trip interest list, a travel wish list consultation, a behind the scenes subscription? Just type one. One. That's all we need. The one you can actually finish in the next 30 days. And we could talk about this in the Facebook group after the show. But I bet you could build that niche download. I bet you could build it in about 15 minutes on using your AI tool your preferred AI tool, and it will be authentically you. It's not just something that AI came up with. I bet you could get it done. So this weekend, I mean, I'm giving you 30 days because I know there might be other things going on in your life. But what I'm saying is this: these are not hard things to do. But take this piece of advice from me. In order to get this work done, all right, this travel marketeering work, all right, the whole idea is that you're building systems that run, and you can look at them, you can be objective with them, you can tweak the things that are working, you can swap out the things that aren't working, right? Because when you are working with a client and you're putting together proposals, that's very consuming, right? So in order to do this type of deep work, you have to block things out. You have to say, Not today. I can't I'm not gonna watch that next season of whatever the show is on Netflix. I'm gonna spend the next 15 minutes starting this trip ready signal, right? Um, you have got to block it out because once you do, and once you just open the computer, like it's your laptop is sitting there, and you're like, but once I do it, I'm gonna get lost in it. Yes, you will. Just open the laptop because you can get this done so fast. There's so many ways to do this so fast that and the thing that I know you'll see too, I know if you believe in this, I know if you only believe, sorry, I the thing that I know will happen because it's happened to me many times. I know this stuff works, but I let distractions get in front of me all the time. And when you put that pop up on your website or you make that downloadable more present across your socials, it's a part of your regular content. You're always talking about it, right? You will be blown away by how many emails you get in your subscriber list. It's it I tell you what, the times where I've not had that active and then I've put it active in any business I've worked on, I always say, "Why didn't I do that sooner? Why didn't I do that sooner?" Because I couldn't figure out how I'd get people to subscribe to my email list. And now I have 3. Now I have 30. Now I have 70. Where did this come from and why didn't I do it sooner? I promise you that's gonna happen. All right. So while you type which one, let me recap. Okay. So, number one, a trip ready signal is a low risk way for a potential client to raise their hand before talking to you. Okay. Low risk. That's the clue there. Number two, there are 5 core signals. You might label them differently, but I label them lead magnet, discovery quiz, interest list, wish list consultation, and behind the scenes subscription. Okay. Number 3, they sit in a cold to warm hierarchy, and most advisors try to start at the warmest instead of the coldest. So don't be like most advisors, right? So, sorry, coldest. Number 4, you build one signal, run it for 90 days, just give your space, right? Then add the next. Never all at once. And I know some of you right now, you're saying, I can do all of these. If he says I can do one in 15 minutes, I can do all of them today. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I'm gonna get aggressive here. Just don't do it. And step 3 in the Thriving Travel Advisor blueprint or step 3 is the bridge between getting known in step 2 and getting booked in step 4. So you need that bridge. I promise you need you need that bridge. So I'm going to pop over to the chat, see what your answers are. Let's see here. Wow. You guys, let's see. Hold on. You guys have been chatting away. I want to make sure that everybody's getting all the information. So I get crazy here. But let's see here. Niche lead magnet, I see. Signature trip list, definitely, but probably a download for the colder people. I love that. Let's see, Katie saying a niche magnet league. I love it. Joshua, downloadable guide checklist for my Scotch whiskey experiences. Yay. I'm so excited. Niche lead magnet. Uh, let's see. You guys got so much here. Guys, keep this conversation going in our Facebook group. Seriously, you guys can connect and you guys are some smart cookies. You're some smart travel marketeers. I heart you. See, I've got too many toys here. So if you're watching this show, you get to see that I just threw some hearts up there. All right, we're getting to the end here. So before we close, grab the Trip Ready Signals worksheet. It's pinned in the Travel Marketeers private Facebook group. That is facebook.com/groups/Travel Marketeers, or you can search Travel Marketeers. You can also grab the Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint there. That is your roadmap for all things travel marketeering. And members of WorldVia Travel Network, if you haven't signed up to come to Atlanta for our travel marketeering core event, it's a 1-day sales and marketing event. You're gonna you're gonna work on all of this stuff. It's a very hands-on session. So I'm teaching you all year long around this blueprint, but there's some magic that happens in that room. So if you want to learn more about core, type in core in WorldVia Pro. And if you are not a member of WorldVia Travel Network, I feel like you know somebody that might be able to get you in. So maybe hit me up in the DMs and I'll figure something out there. All right. So please follow at Travel Marketeering and Joshua Harrell on Instagram and TikTok. Subscribe to the WorldVia Travel Network YouTube channel and turn on notifications. The next episode, Saturday, June 27th, we go even deeper on this. Your first lead magnet, a simple download that creates trip ready signals. If today's episode lit you up, that one's going to be your build day if you haven't already done it, Joshua. Or if you've done it and you want to check your work, that will be a great one to join me on and dig into. So until then, travel marketeers, pick one signal, build it well, run it for 90 days. That is the game. I will see you in a few weeks. TM. See you real soon. Bye, guys.